Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Portia. Thank you so much if you watch my videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy them. I am so grateful you are here. Anyways, I need to learn how to start my videos. Every single time I start my videos, I straight up don't know what to say. But I say like basically the same thing every time, but I need to figure out how to start those. Anyways, let me get comfortable before I start yapping away. Okay, fix the bangs. They're looking a little bit wispy today. Okay, we're ready. Anyways, let's get into what I want to talk about today. Today, we're talking about navigating friendship breakups, specifically best friend breakups. Because this is literally what I'm going through right now. I think that friendship breakups can be just as hard, if not harder, than like relationship breakups, in my opinion, just because I have like a different sort of connection with like my girlfriends versus like my boyfriend. And I don't know, I've been best friends with this girl since I was like 16. Well, we weren't always like best friends, but I've been friends with her since we were 16. We've gone through literally so much together, ups and downs, the whole gist of it. Anyway, if you watch my videos, you probably have heard me bring her up in past videos. This is that friend, my best friend, like literally the best friend. We recently, within like the past few days, have just stopped being friends, and I'm just gonna give a little story time, like backstory of the whole situation, and then go into kind of like how I'm navigating it, things that I'm just like thinking, really, just kind of like, yeah, that's basically it. So why we're not friends right now, this is honestly just like such a dumb situation in my opinion. I think that's why this is so frustrating to me. So a few months ago, she met this guy, and in my opinion, I honestly thought it was just gonna be like a short-term fling. I was like, whatever. It's weird though, because even when she first met him, I don't know why, I literally hated him. I was like, I don't like him. I never even met him. It was just like she told me like, oh, this dude came up to me, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I don't like him. I don't know why. I'm usually not that type of person. Like, she will talk to people and I don't really have anything to say about it. Like, I think that's like really your choice. But this dude, I don't know why, I just had such a not good feeling about him. Just an automatic dislike before even meeting him. And I was very vocal about it. I was like, girl, don't get involved with this person. I don't think this is a good idea. I didn't have a reason. It was just feeling. That's all I can say about that. So anyways, they hung out. They started talking more. She kind of was like lying to me about the extent of what she felt for him. Like, I would ask her, be like, oh, hey, how's so-and-so? And she'd be like, oh, yeah, it's fine. Like, whatever. But she literally liked him way more than that, and I found that out down the line, that she was basically kind of like lying about it. I think it's because she knew I didn't like him, but it's like, okay, you should at least told me that. Anyways, so skip through all that. They end up starting dating, which, keep in mind, this is my best friend, okay? She did not even tell me when they started officially dating. I found out randomly, like, she was like, oh yeah, well, I can't go hang out with these people because I have a boyfriend. And I was like, what do you mean you have a boyfriend? Like, what are you talking about? And it was him, and she didn't even tell me. So for me, that's already raising like red flags looking back at this whole situation. Like, why are you not even telling your best friend that you have a boyfriend? I don't know. That's weird. So basically that happened. They started dating. I just kept saying, I don't like him. Like, you're gonna get hurt. Something's gonna happen. I just kept saying, I don't think this is a good idea, girl. Like, you could do better. Because she can. So fast forward like 2 weeks into them dating, all this drama starts popping up out of nowhere. Keep in mind, I have no idea who this dude even is. He was from a different state, and he just had moved to the state we're living in. And I guess his friends knew me. I've never met them. They just apparently had things to say about me. And it just started this whole drama. And I'm like, I am so in my like peaceful era. Like, I do not care about high school type drama. Like, I could genuinely be bothered less. But if my name is getting dragged through the mud and I don't even know who you are, I'm gonna be like, that's not okay. So basically that's what was happening. His friends were like saying all this stuff about me, and I've never even met them before, blah, 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 blah. Drama starts happening with that. I already have a bad taste in my mouth. They have only been dating for like 3 weeks at this point. Move forward. I'm trying to like get past it, be a supportive friend, be like, hey, whatever, it's fine. Like, his friend seems stupid, not put it on the actual boyfriend. Anyways, so just things kept happening. Random things that she was lying to me about. And I wouldn't really say anything because I was like, well, whatever. Like, it's like not like a huge deal that she's like lying to me right now. But it kind of, looking back, like, kind of, yes, it is such a huge deal because now it all makes sense. So she would literally still not even tell me like the full extent of like how much they like each other or how like committed they were to each other. Me and my friend have been having like plans to move to a different state and like do all these things this year and like move in together. And I didn't know that this whole time she's giving me this like false hope that we're gonna do these things together. She's planning her future with him instead, like to move in with him. I saw her vision board and it literally was a picture of like keys in an apartment, and it was like a boy hand and a girl hand. I was like, okay. Anyways, just not being honest with me over like a multitude of things. This was a continuous thing the whole time they were dating. It was only a few months that they've been dating. Also, they have been dating for maybe 6 months tops. And yeah, things just kept happening. I kept being like confused about just things kept happening. It was just such a weird deal. So much. I still through the whole time is like, I don't like this dude. He's weird. He gives me bad vibes. They'd get in like fights. He'd call her names. I would just be like, girl, you can do better. Girl, like, what are you doing? Girl, like, get it together. What are you doing? And she'd be like, yeah, I don't even know why I like him, blah, 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 blah. And then she told me like she was in love with him. I was like, so basically how all over this story is right now is exactly how all over this whole past few months with her have been about this relationship. It has been the most chaotic, all over the place. I don't know what's going on. She's lying to me. I'm getting like different information from her boyfriend. She's lying to him. Whole bad deal. I am just so over it at this point. So a few weeks ago, they broke up. He broke up with her and was doing the most. Let me tell you, I was there with her listening to the phone call, and he was just tearing her apart, saying the most disgusting, like, horrible things a man should never say to a woman, like things like that, like just like so disgusting. And I was so happy, like internally, like, yes, I feel bad that my best friend is getting broken up with, but I'm like, oh, thank God that she didn't get like more committed and like moved in with him or did all these things with him. I just knew it was like a blessing for her. Tried to be there, tried to be supportive, tried to do all this stuff. Anyways, so he was out of town. That's kind of where they broke up in the first place. He went out of town for a little bit and he came back home. We have each other's locations on. This was like last week. So all of this stuff I just said has been happening like over the past few months. So last week he comes back from out of town and she texts me and she's like, I'm gonna go talk to so-and-so because I just feel bad that I like lied. All this happened because I lied. And I was like, what? Like, why are you going to talk to him? You have to, like, there's no reason to do this. Also, she told me that he blocked her on everything. So I'm thinking, how is he even texting you? How did he text you and say he wanted to see you? Like, obviously, more things she's lying about. So the thing that is frustrating me up to this point is, why is she lying? Why is she lying to me? I'm gonna find out either way. Like, why are you lying about your relationship? That is like where this whole problem has stemmed from, and why when I get to this part I'm the way I am. So This has been all over the place so far. I'm so sorry. There is just so much and I don't want to like talk about it for 30 minutes. So she sends me this text and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go talk to him. And I send a lengthy text back saying, I think you're being stupid. Like, I don't know why you're doing this. You obviously are not going over just to talk. You're trying to like mend things, all this stuff. And she didn't reply to me for 4 days, which I have her location on. It's because she was with him for that whole time. And their whole entire relationship, this is a reoccurring thing, that if she was with him, she wouldn't reply to me. She wouldn't open my text. She would not she would just fall off the face of the earth. And that was another thing that was bothering me. Like, she would ghost me for like 5 days if she was with him. And I always knew when she was with him because I have her location on. So she did that to me again. And at that point, I'm not stupid. You went over to talk, but then you've been there for 4 days. Obviously, like, that's not what's going on, girl. So after a few days, she sends me this long text and she's like, I can't. I wish I could like read it. She was basically saying, you've done things in the past. I don't want this to get in between us. We're in love and we're working things out. That was like the gist of it, but it was longer. And I saw it and I was like, I can't even reply to this. I couldn't even reply to it. And so I had to like sit on it for a few days. Finally, it's like getting to me. I'm getting a little bit irritated and I decided to send her a voice memo. I sent her like 2 and I'm basically just saying, I don't know how you can compare something I did a year ago that I learned from to something you're doing now, which you have done before and you told me you learned from and you're repeating it. And I was like, you have lied to me this whole time about everything going on. It's weird. You're being sus. Basically that. And no response. She has still not responded to me. She called my other friend who she literally was not friends with until we were no longer friends. Now she's friends with her, I guess. Or like talks to her just because she has no one else. So my friend tells me, oh, she called me like saying you sent a really rude voice memo and all this stuff. And she's just like letting me know everything that she's saying. And I literally am like gagged about the whole situation because I don't think honesty is being rude. I think honesty can be rude, yes. Sometimes the truth hurts. But I don't think I was doing it out of rude intentions. It was literally just me being honest and telling her straight up how the situation is. So that's kind of like my opinion on what's been going on. But anyways, I just came to the conclusion that, okay. So I told her in that previous text, I was just like, girl, if you get back with him, I'm not going to be your friend. I said that. I said, like, I'm not going to be your friend. I'm not going to stand behind the decision. So if that's what you're going to do, that's, like, I'm letting you know this right now. And that's the text she didn't respond to for a few days. So I took that as, like, okay, she's choosing this man over me. That's basically it. And, yeah, so that's why that happened. I didn't just, like, in my head create this whole thing, like, I'm not going to be your friend anymore just because she didn't answer me. It's because I told her I'm not going to be your friend if you do this. Because that's how much I hate this dude. He's like a horrible person. Oh, I hate him. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so I'm hearing all this stuff from this third friend that is in between us saying all these things. And apparently he broke up with her again, like 2 days ago. And I'm just like, how I am right now, I'm gagged about the whole situation. This bitch, deadass, chose this man over me and then got dumped. And I'm sure they're probably gonna get back together. Like, this is a reoccurring thing. It's like not like a healthy relationship. But I'm just sitting here like kind of confused. My feelings aren't really hurt. because I'm kind of in this place in my life where I know my worth. If you are not meant to be in my life, God will remove you. And I know that. I'm just more like, our friendship of 5 years meant less to you than your relationship with this man who you've known for 6 months? And you're gonna ghost me? Not even have the audacity to like talk to me about this. So that's why this friendship has ended, just because I don't need that in my life as a friend. Honestly, I really don't. I could, sure, maybe I did some things that were not like the best thing. I'm not saying I have always been a best friend, like the best friend in the entire world. I have had my faults, but I don't ghost my best friends. And if she ever came to me and I was dating someone and she hated him so much, not even hate, just had such a bad feeling about him, and was looking out for me and said to me, Portia, I don't think I can be your friend if you continue this relationship, then I would take what she says into consideration and literally dump his ass. Because there's a reason. Like, your friends can see things that you can't see. And if you're gonna disregard, like, her sister told her the same thing, I've been telling her the same thing, obviously you don't care about anyone else's opinion and you only like care about this thing. I don't need that in my life. I don't need that in my life. I want like friends who want to level up with me and who have like decentered men from their life and are just, you know, like growing and focusing on themselves. I think, yes, you can have a relationship. Like, that is amazing. I was happy for her in the beginning. Like, I'm so glad you found someone that you like. But after seeing like what this relationship is, I'm like, girl, like, you need to get away from that. And yeah, I'm kind of like just going through this, like, kind of confused, really. I'm just like, how did this happen? She hasn't texted me. She's not gonna text me. She's literally moving to do, well, if she dates him still, she apparently is like going to do sales in a different state with him and like leaving her whole life. So yeah, I'm kind of just here like, wow. That's really all that I've been thinking this whole time, is like, wow, I can't believe that. And yeah, so that is literally what has been going on. That is why our friendship is like no longer a thing. So I just want to talk about that. I personally feel like I am not having as hard as a time as someone else would, only because of the fact I am just so content with who I am and my journey. I know that everything happening right now is for my favor. I know that everything happening right now, all things getting removed, all changes in my life are all for the bigger picture, like my future. And I am very just like at peace with everything going on in my life. I think if I was in a different mindset, in a different place, this would affect me more and I'd be having a harder time, I guess. But I already have felt for the past few months, kind of like in my solo era, I really didn't see her that much anyways, and she wouldn't really like talk to me that much. So I already was doing things on my own. I was, you know, like, I'm exactly how I am now. Nothing has really changed much. I just don't have someone to text constantly throughout the day, which, like, it sucks. I literally love her. Like, I only wish the best, for real. Like, she's my best friend for a reason. Like, I don't let people into my life who don't belong there. And, you know, it's kind of just like up to me to be able to figure out how to deal and heal. I feel like I have little like bits of, not even rage, I wouldn't even say anger, just kind of like disappointment, and I'm kind of just like in awe, like in shock about how this ended. It's like, it just doesn't feel real, I guess, to me, because we didn't have like a solid text or conversation or like fight to like end things. It was literally just like me saying how I felt and then her just not replying at all, and then me hearing all these things from this other friend. So I'm not, yeah. So I've kind of just been like confused, really. I don't know, but what I've learned from this is I now know I am capable of losing whoever in my life and being okay. I know that I don't need anybody in my life. And I've also learned that the universe or God, whatever you may call it or think of it as, is always working in your favor. And if you have that mindset, it will make things a lot easier. I haven't been like, why would my best friend leave me? I'm like, why me? I'm like such a victim, like blah blah blah. Like, no, it's just like, whatever. Sorry, I didn't type this. It's like, okay, at least I'm not wasting my time with this relationship, like with my friend, making plans for her future, and then, you know, like, she's not even actually planning on doing it. I now have like created this space to welcome new friends into my life. I'm still gonna work on the things that I was gonna do with or without her, and I'm gonna do them now alone, and that's okay with me. It's kind of like, what's super weird about this whole thing is the day that I found all of this out, and like the day I would say our friendship kind of like ended, I felt so like heavy and kind of tired, very low energy all day when this happened. And when my other friend called me and told me all of these things, it was so weird. I literally felt like I could sit up straight, and like a weight got lifted off of me. Like, kind of like this energy that I didn't even know that was there got lifted off me. And I got like this burst of energy, and I got like very light feeling. I wasn't even like happy, but I was more so just like relieved. Kind of felt like this is like a good thing, which I don't really like want to say that. Like, I really like love this girl. I don't want it to seem like I like hate her and she's this horrible person, but I feel like it was just kind of like time to let go of this friendship anyways. And the universe kind of pushed this in there and showed me without, because I wasn't gonna do it without like something happening, you know. So I feel like I've just been really trusting right now, stuck in the trust, just trusting the process, trusting, knowing that everything is working out. And I think that's what's helped me a lot right now. I think that if you're going through a friendship breakup, it's basically the same thing as like a relationship breakup. It's someone that you talk to throughout the day. It's someone that you tell your problems to. It's someone that they know how you're doing, what you're doing with your life. They know your deepest, darkest secrets. They know the things that you love. And having that type of connection with someone is so important, and it's such a special thing. And this connection with her, I feel like we were always on the same wavelength. Everything was just always good with her. And I think that's why this whole thing has kind of just been so shocking to me, because we have never even been in a real fight. Like, me and her never have been in a fight. We never like really have argued with each other. Like, if something happens, it's literally like a 3-minute thing and we're over it. And this happens and we didn't even fight. It just ended. It just literally ended. And yeah, I've just been honestly chilling. I've just been doing my thing. I'm going to continue to do my thing. I'm going to do all the things that I was doing before. And I think that's something that you need to do for yourself. If you are going through a friendship breakup, do the things you would do with them alone. Don't sit around crying about it. Have your time to feel. Journal about your emotions. Like, how does this make you feel? Maybe it happened because you guys got in a fight. Like, what the reasoning behind it can create a different surrounding of the situation and the feeling around it. For me, I think the reason why I'm able to get over it so much quicker is because she chose someone over me. So I'm like, okay, I'm not valued, and that's fine. I'm going to take myself where I am valued. So I think that's why for me this is a little bit easier. But I can see in a different situation why it may be harder. And if you don't have that level of like love for yourself and respect, then it's not going to be as important to you to feel that way, I guess. So I think that's where like inner work would come into play, and it would make it a little bit easier. But I just want to say, if you are going through this, don't stop doing the things you would do with them. Things that you enjoy. If it's going out to like brunch, going out and like hanging out with people, do all those things. Go shopping, take pictures with yourself, go do all of those things. Because just because you don't have that person to do it with anymore, you can turn inward and be that person for yourself. That's what I've been doing already. I think that's also why I'm not really struggling, is I have just been doing all of these things already. Now I have a specific reason to, other than just because I'm working on myself. But yeah, I think that there's a lot of healing that can be done surrounding something like this, a situation like this. And I also think that if maybe you were the reason for a friendship breakup, if you are letting your ego get in the way of mending something as a best friend relationship, you need to sit with yourself and think, is this worth losing this person over? Because if it's not, set your ego to the side. Don't lose a friendship just because you don't want to apologize, or you don't want to go back to something because you're embarrassed. I always have these little things flying around. There's always two sides of everything. I personally, I'm not one now to let people back into my life. So even if she came to me and apologized, or even if anything happened, I still would not have that relationship with her, just because if you lose me once, I don't think you have the right to have me twice. That's kind of where I am. So, I mean, even if I got an apology, even if I apologize for being rude, or, maybe not going about what I should have said a way I should have said it, I don't know. I still wouldn't try to mend the friendship. I just know that there's better things out there for me, and if this happened, there's a reason why. If you're having a problem, I think that you need to focus on your relationship with yourself. Create that type of self-love, that type of connection with yourself. Sooner or later, another person will come into your life, and you will realize it was all meant to happen. It was all for a reason. Sometimes people have ulterior motives that you may not be aware of. Your biggest fan is a stranger, but your biggest hater is someone you know. You never know people's true intentions. Even if it feels like it's a loss, it's probably a blessing. So that's just what I want to talk about today. Sending people love who are going through hard times right now, friendship breakups, whatever it may be. You'll get through it, babe. Keep your head up. Keep moving forward. Don't let it get you down. There's a reason everything is working out for you. You just have to trust the process. Trust, pray, journal, work on yourself, do the healing. Sooner or later, you will attract new things into your life. Thank you so much if you watched. I love you. Please like, comment, and subscribe like I said earlier. Anyways, I hope you have a good day or night or morning or whatever it may be. Love you. Bye.